Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah wa alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Welcome, guys. Today I want to show you another way of showing the doctrine of the Trinity, the problems that are ascribed to it. Okay, so in the doctrine of the Trinity, they want to be able to say that each person of that union is God. They want to be able to say that. So each one is God, and then the union is also God for some reason. Or some people will just say the three are just God. It's not the union that is God. There are many ways they have been understood, and people are literally most of the time confused. But anyway, the point I want to show here is this. We know that God by definition, God by definition, is uncaused. He's not contingent. He doesn't have explanation of his existence outside of himself. God is the necessary existence. Necessarily, God exists. Now, if you see the doctrine of the Trinity, there's something called eternal generation. Eternal generation basically means that the Father eternally generates the Son and the Holy Spirit. So eternally, the Father caused the Son and the Holy Spirit. Whether it's possible or not, but that's beside the point. The point is the Son and the Holy Spirit, they are what? They are caused. You need to understand that. The Son and the Holy Spirit, they are caused by the Father. The Father is not caused by anyone. The Son and the Holy Spirit are caused. Do you see? There's difference already in them. So such that we know God is not caused. So if you tell me that the Son is God, I will just ask you, is it caused or not? If you say he's caused, then it cannot be God. See, this perfect being theology we are going to use here is like this. If you have, let's say someone has all the divine attributes, but for example, he doesn't have the omnipotence, he's weak, then he's not God. Simple. So if you have even, I'm just granting the argument, if you have all the divine attributes, but you are caused, you are brought into existence, even if, there's a controversy that went on between the Arians and then the Orthodox people, the Nicene people, all right, that they're arguing that he was brought into existence from something else, or is brought into existence from the Father. Any which way you look at it, as long as the Son is caused, that's what you should be focused on. The Son is caused or not, is caused. The Holy Spirit is caused or not, is caused. Is the Father caused? No. That's what you need to know. Anyone that is caused cannot be God by definition. Is the Father caused? No. So the Father in that sense will be God. So you can see even from the eternal generation, which some people are actually rejecting now. And if you want to understand the full details, just go and watch the stream I just made about this. But the point is this, guys, I know it's too easy, right? They have a way of going around this. They have some ways they have come up with to go around this. So another way they said this is that see, the three persons, they're actually caused. There's eternal generation there, but they have the same, so there's subordination in their person, but there's no subordination in their being. So they have one nature, the nature, the being, they are the same, co-equal, co-eternal in their being, but in their person, they are subordinate. Do you see the kind of trickery, the kind of move they are trying to move here? Such that in your person you can be subordinate, but in your being, as long as you have the same being, you cannot be subordinate. Such that, see, me now and a baby, in our person, I'm stronger than the baby, but the baby is just as human as I am. A woman, for example, the woman is, in our person, she's probably weaker than me. But in our being, we are humans. Do you see the problem with this kind of idea? Do you see? So they are making a distinction between the person and the being of the, in this case, but they don't realize that, see, every person is a being, has their own being with them. Such that if we are subordinate in person, we are subordinate in being. And if you want to go into detail, I told you, watch that video I made about this, and you will get more clarity. We have broken it down in different ways you can be understood. But the main point you need to understand from this is this, guys. The persons are subordinate. They have already admitted that. That's what we need to know. If the persons are subordinate, then you cannot tell us that they are God anymore. Anything that is subordinate, anything that is subservient, anything that is contingent, cannot be God by definition. Because you see, when we talk to the atheists, we tell the atheists that, see, the whole universe is contingent. You must have a creator. You must have a cause. The first cause. That's what we say to the atheists. That is God. And God necessarily cannot have a cause. That's exactly what we used to tell them logically, that there's God. Now, if you apply that to the eternal generation stuff, you will see that you see that the persons, some of the persons are contingent on others. So the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, they are contingent on the Father. They even have some controversies going on between the East and the West. the Eastern Church, all those Eastern Orthodoxy, and then the Western, the Catholics, there's something called the filioque. The filioque is like, is it like the Father calls the Son, and then the Son calls the Holy Spirit, or the Father calls the Son, and then the Father calls the Holy Spirit? You see, there's big difference, and there's something called the schism. There's a big difference of what I just told you. All this doesn't matter to us. We Muslims, we know, like, see, God cannot be caused. Anything that is caused, whether it's the Father to the Son or any which way, is subordination. Anything that is subordinate cannot be God by definition. Another thing I want to clarify here today is, guys, there's something called, what's it called? They have another way of explaining. They will say, see, they are playing different roles. They are playing different roles. So they use this language. I see the Son is playing another role. There's something that is nuanced here. I want to show you. When they say they are playing different roles, so you have the Son playing the role of the servant. The Son is playing the role of a servant, okay, and the Holy Spirit too. But the Father is playing the role of the master. Do you see what's going on there? So God, by definition, cannot play any role as a servant. Everything just is becoming clear and clear. God cannot play any role as a servant, guys. God is not a servant. He cannot be subservient. He cannot give up his what's it called, attributes to please anybody, or to be in a certain kind of position that shows any weakness whatsoever. God can never do this, okay? Such that the Father every time comes out as the only God there. The other guys, the other persons there, they are not gods. They are deficient. They are dependent. All these things apply to them. It doesn't apply to the Father. This is how you can show them that, see, at the end of the day, everyone knows the Father is the only true God here. The other persons, you want to use the nature idea that for some reason, because they are sharing the same nature, then they are equal. No, just like me and a baby, and walillah al-masala. I'm not even talking about Islam here, by the way. I'm just talking about the doctrine of the Trinity, okay? So, me and a baby, we are the same humans. We are human. We have the same human nature. If you believe in the universals, but this baby is weak. I'm stronger than the baby. Do you see that? So you can see that subordination is attached to the persons. It's not about the being. The being doesn't really matter. And if you don't even believe in universal essence, then it's so clear that the beings are, like, each one of them is a being, such that if there is any subordination there, they are subordinating their beings as well. So this is a way you can explain. So I just want to make that. So subscribe, like this video, guys, share it with your friends. So assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.